Hey, what's up, guys? What's happening? Just trying to get these videos out that I've just been too busy to do. But had this on for a while. I took some pics. I think I posted it. Maybe I haven't. Anyways, this is anyways, welcome to another episode of What You Strap In. This quick, on the fly, wristwatch check of the day with strap of choice. And usually, if it's somewhat of new piece, then I'm gonna just show it off on the stock options first before switching it up to whatever I have or may end up getting for this to just pair it up with to try something different, to switch up the look a bit. And today this is this is not a full review. Obviously, it's just going to be a quick wristwatch check and look at the watch and how it is on some strap options. Just for anyone that's curious and something that's quick and easy to do usually. And this is one of the new watches from Axios, sister or cousin brand, whatever you call it, to Zelos. People in the micro brand world will definitely know Zelos. They've been around for a good amount of time now, and definitely have had many hits, and one of the more popular brands that can really offer a lot for the value and original styling and everything. But this is from their sister company Axios, and this is called the Flagship, and this one is the Temeraire. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right, but it's something along that regards. And it's based on one of the battleships from the olden days that was at the Battle of Trafalgar or something along those lines. You can read the story at their website. Anyways, I really like this kind of light blue, or I guess teal and orange tone. I can imagine this being like perhaps a Pepsi color, like a red and blue that's faded over time. Lost some of its red colors and whatever, and kind of just lightened up to this. And this is on the stock Beats of Rice bracelet, and it's quite comfortable, actually, as some people who have tried Beats of Rice bracelets will probably agree. And it's very well made. It just fits great, and overall the watch is a nice slim profile thanks to the Miyota movement in it. And yeah, I just really dig the color tones. Just want something with some vibrance and brightness, and that contrasts well with a nice deep glossy black dial. Simple handsets, which have overall this uses, I believe, super luminous C3X1 or something along those lines. Really good, green glowing formula with some parts of this has blue BGW9s, which is at the ends of the 12, 9, and 6. There's that little piece at the end is BGW9 that glows blue, and I believe they're very fine. Those minute hashings around the outer dial, the fine ones, those are actually, I believe, glow BGW9. But because they're so thin, they don't really stand out all that much, at least not for long. But the main hour hands is enough for you to register and check the time. There's probably questions about the bezel, like whether you think, or I might think, that it's a little too light, legibility. Well, yeah, maybe they could have done it in black print instead of white, but because of that, that's the part that will loom up at night. So, otherwise just black. I don't know if they could try to get the orange and green part to loom at all. Maybe it would be just a green. I don't know, but I'm fine with it. I don't take this as a serious diver, and regardless, come on, if you're a watch fan and into dive watches anyways, let's be honest. We are familiar with dive time bezels, right? And this simple, even though for the most part, for most distances, you probably won't register the numbers on the bezel that immediately, because they're so fine and lower contrast than if they were to be black, for instance. But again, at least I've had enough dive watches where I know where the 0 or 60-minute marker is, right at the top, which would be at this side of the orange section, and then that section of orange is 15 minutes and the rest of it is 45, and you can pretty much guesstimate the rest of it. I'm not I don't know who measures that time that precisely, that you need to know the exact minute, but I mean, if you look carefully enough, you'll read it. But for the most part, you know, if I'm going to use the bezel, set the starting point with the triangle, the beginning of that section of the orange, to where the minute hand is, and just look at where the elapsed time goes, right? That's about it. I mean, it gets past the 15. I mean, anywhere other than that, I mean, there's enough visual references that you can make out how much time has elapsed. So yeah, it's not really a big deal. I mean, you know, it's mainly for this to have I'm going for the color pop and color combination over anything else. So yeah, that's the main thing I got this for, and it wasn't for maximum legibility, which I've had plenty of other watches that have a much more higher contrast and easier reading bezel, but this is just more for some fun and some style, and that's all right. But yeah, I'm going off, and this should be actually in a watch review, which this is not about. So that's about it. Was great, I believe. The case is actually 39 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken, but because the bezel, as you can see, protrudes just a tad outside of the case, it measures a little bit closer to 40 if you're measuring that. But overall, it's a great size, and it's thin, and it contours well, and I think it's pretty good value for what you're getting. It's not too crazy what they're asking for one of these things, and being part of under the, I guess, the Zelos umbrella, or collaboration, or just the whole family. You know, you're gonna get great lume, pretty decent price, and great movements inside Miyota or Etta, depending. I mean, their first Ironclad was a real Axios' first watch Ironclad was a real great value for just not that much more than this for the Swiss movement and everything else. But that was more of a Submariner homage, where this one's a bit more original. Nothing quite like it, although it has been compared to, say, Zodiac, and perhaps a bit of a Rado Captain Cook. I kind of see it in some parts here and there, but overall it's fairly original, so that's cool. Anyway, that's about it. I'll catch you next. Thanks, bye.